What's up, you guys? It's your boy Miguel giving you your daily dose of radiation. In today's video, we'll cover top things you have to troubleshoot on your portable X-ray machine. So, once again, I am an X-ray tech. I've been doing it for 4 years, do night shift, and I work a bunch of overtime, so I do dabble in the day shift a lot. So, I would say that each shift, both days and nights, has their own quirks and situations, especially if you have older machines. And even though it's the same machine, certain stuff overnight kind of they act differently. So for night shift, some of the most common things is when you get network updates, like or system updates, you'll have to reboot your portables or make sure the connection's right, because sometimes overnight, midnight, occasionally, if they do a system update, both for like whatever system the ER, your hospital uses, and both your PACs, sometimes those updates that happen, usually overnight, will affect your portable machines. So you'll have to figure out how to get stuff connected, or sometimes during updates you may have to push it manually, or quick start your exam and once again push it, and you have to pull the exam out the box. Another common thing that happens overnight is the Wi-Fi sometimes goes down, or we have other network issues. So once again, some of those, there's nothing you can do. You just have to shoot it and then just have it in the local, or manually. You'll have to manually input all the orders, and since no one can see it, usually you'll have to go around and ask the doctors to actually look at the X-ray on the portable machine, and stuff won't get read. I know some places you're able to still manually do everything and still push it off to the rads, online rads, or your local rads in your hospital. So that's something that happens. Another thing that will tend to happen with portables, and just in general, from this point on, I'm just talking in general, you'll have that if you shoot something and it gets overheated, sometimes depending on your machine, you may have to like turn it off, not all the way, but just like just turn the simple like knob off or on and give like a reset. Or the next time you shoot it under a different type of like grid thing, because sometimes if you shoot, usually that happens when someone has like a prosthesis. That's a lot of the time, that's kind of when it happens for hips or spines or whatever they have. That's a common thing. Occasionally the power socket, the thing that you charge your portable with, part of the attachment will get loose and it won't charge correctly, and it'll send a signal to your machine and then it won't want to shoot. Other times the battery will kind of, since years and years of without, like the battery will die and it'll send like network issues, and it'll kind of like won't shoot. And then also like the pins that you connect to the actual plate of the cassette, both the big 14x17 or PD, over the amount of times of, it's either be the pins that go into the portable or the actual like connector will be sometimes get jammed or messed up, and then the machine won't shoot. You'll have that issue. And also like your rotor, your quote unquote deadman switch, that one too, over times of using it and trying to be safe 6 feet away, the cable sometimes, like the connection won't go all the way. Sometimes the easy fix is just to kind of like push the bottom of the cable to it. That's something that's happened before. Sometimes your tube, it won't latch all the way when you pull it out the little socket. And then we have like Fuji's at our hospital, so like we have like the little socket has a lever. Sometimes the lever won't lock in place, so like you have to manually flick it over. What else we have? Occasionally certain spots in the hospital that like the Wi-Fi in the portable won't communicate. It happens a lot of the times during elevators, so I feel like you're shooting morning ports or going around the hospital. So there's certain spots that may be like dead zone. So like if stuff isn't sending, once you get into your packs, you can kind of check like your portable machine, sometimes it'll be still in progress, so you'll just have to do the Wi-Fi like reboot and stuff. And sometimes it's not like your actual portable, it's like the network in general, and that's when you kind of let your manager and everyone in the joint kind of know what's going on. Let's see what else. Occasionally you'll get that it'll get jammed, like if you go down like down a ramp or down a hill and it's like wet or something's there and the wheel will kind of like get jammed or slip. Occasionally the portable will just stop and it'll like send a message to the thing, and you just have to the easiest way, just kind of to reboot it, and then it should work fine. But that's happened a few times. Occasionally when you're driving your portable machine, if the Xray tube isn't lashed all the way down, it'll kind of be like jerking. So sometimes if it's like kind of janky, you have to like push the portable tube down and still be gripping it and pushing it. That's something that can happen. And that's most of the common things. I mean, everything else is kind of depending on your machine. Everything has quirks, not necessarily stuff you'll have to work with. It's just, stuff that will have to be fixed. It's just stuff that until it breaks, most likely it's not going to get fixed. So, it's been your boy Miguel. See you on the next one.